Hello everybody, welcome on into my channel. I think I have definitively found the best way to earn those purple samples that you guys have been looking for in Helldivers 2. I found the exact location, I think I found the right method. That should be relatively easy. It's still kind of hard in certain parts, but you should be able to get it done pretty dang easy. And solo, if you choose to do it solo. I think that solo might be the best way to do it, but obviously if you would like your other friends to join in and get the samples too, you can work together and maybe figure out how this method might work for you. Let's get right into it. Here I am inside my ship here in Helldivers 2. I'm going to show you guys first what the heck I'm even talking about. There are 3 different kinds of samples that you can earn in this game, and you can see those all the way up here above me. We have the green materials, the samples, we have the orange samples, and then we have the purple samples. The purple samples are the ones that are going to be the hardest to find, and I'm going to show you guys how to find those today. So the armor set I've chosen here is one that's going to make it so it's easier to move faster through the environment and get the samples and get out of there in time. The armor set that I'm wearing right now is one that I got inside of the Superstore that's here in Acquisitions. It came through the rotation and I went ahead and picked it up because I thought it was really good. It's light armor but has a bonus increase to your armor rating. So it's going to increase that defense that you might need in some hairy situations, but also keep you moving pretty fast. So the armor set is right here. It is the B08 Light Gunner outfit. We also have, it doesn't really matter what your helmet is or your cape, but I just went with these because they look good. So those ones don't provide any specific benefits, but maybe go with any light armor that you guys might have, and if it has an extra bonus on it that you think is beneficial, then maybe equip that. Otherwise, stay away from the heavy armor. Medium armor is probably going to be just fine with other various bonuses as well. Such as one that I might recommend is this one right here that you get through the acquisitions anyways, and the main pass. This one has a special bonus that's indicated below me, where you have a 50% chance of not dying when you take deadly damage. So that might keep you alive as well in those moments. You're just not going to be moving nearly as fast. And here we are at the world map. The only places you're going to be able to earn those purple samples that you're looking for are on the highest difficulty maps. That would be on Suicide Mission, Impossible difficulty, or Helldive. I don't have Helldive unlocked, and I've earned quite a bit of other purple samples just doing this on Impossible difficulty mostly, and sometimes Suicide Mission. It kind of depends on what's available. So let me try to show you what I mean here. There's one specific mission that's going to be the best for saving you time on this, as well as providing you the most samples possible. It's got an icon that looks like this, and it is in fact the Blitz Search and Destroy missions. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I mean right here. Yes, they're called Blitz, Search, and Destroy. You're going to look for those. Whether it's foggy, it doesn't really matter, but I believe if you do higher difficulty than this, higher difficulty than Suicide Mission, you might find more samples. I've had a couple missions I've run this so far, and they ended up giving me either 3 or 5. I think possibly you get 3 maximum on Suicide Mission difficulty, and then 5 on Impossible, but I'm not too quite sure about that yet. They are on only these highest 3 difficulties though, so you're not going to find them anything below this. And I know the difficulty might scare you, but it actually is quite easy. The method that I found, the outfit that I'm running, as well as the stratagems that I choose to make this as easy as possible. It's just a tad time consuming. And part of the time consuming bit is just waiting for the ship to come. You don't have to do the main objective, which would be very difficult to get out with those materials, but you want to basically just wait the timer out after finding those materials and the ship will come. You just got to be back by that ship in time for that ship to depart. Okay, so I have located a different search and destroy mission that I did not just show you guys. I did scour the impossible difficulty to see if there was any available, just in case maybe I get 5 as opposed to 3 purple samples at the end of it. I wanted to get the most out of it as much as I could, even on this video. And it seems that this one is going to be the best one. It seems like the most put together piece of land, so I won't have any issues too much traversing it. But I'm going to go ahead and choose this specific mission. Again, I'm choosing Blitz, search and destroy missions only because they have that 12-minute timer at the top. It's going to be the best way to get your purple samples, doing the minimum amount of work. I've even made it out of some of these missions without killing a single bug at all. It just really depends on RNG. You might not get nearly as lucky with the spawn being as close to where you want it to when you first spawn in the map. But let me go ahead and put my camera back on here. I'm going to go ahead and choose this mission. And then I'm going to show you some stratagems that I like to take into these missions. Of course, you can choose things based on personal preference. I'm going to explain to you why I'm choosing the stratagems that I do, because they tend to work. The setup that I've made seems to work for it. Now, on a map like this where it's cloudy, you really can't see where anything is. You're not going to be able to see the structure on this map anyways, where you're going to find these purple samples, but you can see on the map, you can't see anything definitive. So in this situation, and even when the map is unfogged, I like to choose the extraction zone to spawn on. The extraction zone tends to be on higher elevations sometimes, allowing you to get a good survey of the map, as well as it might be right by like a hill or a mountain or something like that you can get on top of to stay safe while you're trying to search in the distance where this structure might be. And I'm going to show you where that structure, what that structure looks like. Where it is varies, depends on your run, since it all is based on randomization. I've had it where it's been by the extraction zone before. We'll have to see if we get lucky with this one. So I'm going to choose to spawn on extraction. Alright, so I'm going to show you the stratagems that I chose for every single mission that I've done this on. I have kind of tinkered with a couple just to make sure that I'm using them and making sure that they're beneficial for the specific kind of mission. The stratagems I've chosen in the past are Orbital Laser, for if you need to clear out a bunch of bugs and you're in a hairy situation. I've also chosen this is the most important one, the Jetpack. The Jetpack can get you to higher places that enemies can't get you. Especially if there's a Bile Titan, especially if there's like some like chargers. You don't want to be on the ground running away from these guys the entire time while you're waiting for your ship to arrive. So the jump pack is the key to this, and luckily it can be unlocked pretty dang early on. The other two are just based on personal preference. I would say if you like a certain thing, maybe take it. But I've been taking things that take aggro off of me as well as help clear enemies. I've done it with the Tesla coil a couple times, and it seems to be a pretty dang good thing to take because it does take aggro off you pretty well. But I do like to take things that also can clear things at range and at distance. I'm going to take the Rocket Sentry with me this time, as well as the Gatling Sentry. Now, I've also traded out the Rocket Sentry for the Autocannon Sentry. Again, it's all just based on personal preference, but I like to choose things that can get aggro off of me so I can make sure I get my materials, my samples, and then jetpack out of there. And then they'll be attacking those things instead of me. Now the boost, this is also very important. There's a couple boosts in the game that you can get early on. There's some that you get later on that are going to be better for this. The one that you can get really early on that's great for this is the helipod space optimization. That makes sure that you're full on ammo, grenades, and stims when you come out of the helipods. The stims are what's important here because you might find yourself being overwhelmed. Stims can regen your stamina as well as your health. They're going to keep you moving and out of danger. I've been taking this the most. I did recently unlock the stamina enhancement, which is the second best thing to take in my opinion. It does help you keep your stamina up as well as stamina regen going up faster. That again keeps you running more and more often. So that is a good second best to take, but you don't unlock this one until way later once you've had a lot of medals. So I would say the one that you can unlock pretty easily early on to do this is the helipod space optimization. It is the best one to take. So I'm going to go ahead and take that.
Helipod launch initiated.
Now let's hope that I get a good drop and we end up on the planet next to the structure that I need to take you guys to. So when I come down, I like to land on something really, really tall. So that way I get a good survey of the land right away, looking for what I need. Now the structure that you guys need to look for looks like a kind of a bulbous looking thing. I already hear a material right next to me, but that's not the material we're looking for. I'm going to go and throw my rocket pack down, and I need to look a little bit closer to see where this structure might be. I don't think we got lucky. I don't think it's right next to us. So it doesn't seem like I was successful in locating it right away. So I'm going to go ahead and move down into the main area of the map. About here is the middle. I'm going to try to see if I can locate it by getting to another higher up bit of land. Maybe go for that one over there. I'm going to use the rocket pack so I can get a good lay of the land. So as you can see, I've found myself in a problem where I am being overwhelmed by a bunch of bugs. I've attempted to get up at a higher ground so I can avoid them, while I collect myself from my backpack to recharge, and then I can get up a little bit higher too. And now they shouldn't be able to get up to me unless they jump. This gives me a moment to also get a different view of the land that I've been given here, and see if I can locate the structure that has these samples, these purple samples that we need. I'm not seeing it. We seem to have gotten very unlucky with the spawn. There is, up in the upper right, you can tell that there is the structure on the map because above us it says 0 out of 3 for the purple. That's letting us know that there are 3 total purple samples on the map. And they're all in one location, in that one structure that I'm looking for. I am being overwhelmed by a bit of bugs right now. I'm going to try to head up this way and see if it's behind there. That's my guess. I have dropped one orange sample on the map. You can tell by this little icon right here. But I'm not going to worry about that. It's just one orange sample. We're here for the purples. So I'm going to go ahead and use my jetpack to go this way and find some high ground over there. Maybe even just get on top of this, and then we'll go from there.
Found something.
And I'm only really killing bugs unless I have to, especially the guys who move really fast. Oh, and these guys too, the cloak guys. Chargers also tend to be a bit of a problem. Yeah. Alright, why don't we try to get up on top of that thing with distance if I can make it. Dodge that guy. Okay, I'm going to try to get up here. That'll get me away from those guys for a second, maybe. Might thin out a bunch of them, maybe even this guy specifically. This guy really sucks. You're also going to be on a couple maps that have a lot more of those guys than others. Alright, my rocket pack back. No? Alright, now I'm probably not going to be bugged. Now I'm looking for that structure again from a different angle. And there it is. I found it, finally. I've only got about 4 minutes, 40 seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and try to make it to this and make it back to the entrance. The best way to do that is probably to use my orbital laser and get a little bit of kills on these guys.
Throwing grenades!
Maybe even throw some grenades down here. I'll take out a couple of them too. Don't know how that guy got up here. My orbital laser helps take care of a good amount of them. I'm going to try to also throw my Gatling. So that way, that takes a lot of the attention away from me. Fingers crossed. And I'm starting to make my way towards that structure. Again, it looks like kind of like a bulbous rock sticking out of the ground. When we get closer to it, it'll look like it's like got silver veins in it. And the purple samples that we're looking for are not purple in color when you find them. They just are that color for the HUD. So we're looking for a silverish bulb, liquid bulb kind of floating in the air.
Bug outpost!
I'm going to go ahead and also throw my rocket sentry to take a little bit of heat off me from here. Here's this silver looking vein thing, that's what I'm saying. And we're going to see if there are 3 right here. They are. And I picked up all 3 of them, and now I'm going to start heading towards evac. About 3 minutes to get there. That's really plenty of time. But sooner we get there, the better. It looks like I only got the one guy chasing me, so I went ahead and took care of him. All the other guys are... they went off to go fight my turret and stuff. Boy, I didn't see those guys. Right, let me see if I can get my stamina up, maybe make it over top of these guys. If you can avoid bugs, maybe avoid bugs. Sometimes you just might not be nearly successful, but that's it. These guys are the fastest of them, and they tend to catch up to you, so I try to take these guys out as soon as possible. if I can. And see, all these stims that I took with me are definitely coming in handy.
Out of ammo!
I may or may not resupply. I don't think I'm going to need to. We'll see. So yeah, as you can see, we're almost back to extract, and we've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. In the upper right is the timer, but once that timer depletes, you've got about 2 minutes for the ship to come down, and that's plenty of time to locate wherever this thing is on the map that you need. And I'm going to go ahead and locate which one of these is probably the best structure to sit on. I think it's the tallest one over there, but I'm going to go ahead and use this, if I can, to get up. I might be able to make this jump right here. Also, if there's no bugs chasing you, now's probably the best time to go ahead and loot whatever materials you find around the extraction point.
Out of ammo.
There's usually a couple, and that'll just be a little bonus for whatever else you're trying to leave with. Now, this is specifically a method you can use only for getting materials, purple materials. This is not good for metals, this is not good for experience. It's good for materials. That's the only thing you're going to be doing with this. So at the end, when you get like little experience or what have you, that's fine. No medals at all. It's okay that you failed the main objective. It's no big deal. You'll even still get a little bit of experience, but and a little bit of requisition, but not too much else besides the materials that you extract with. So I'm waiting to get up on top of this really, really tall platform here. The reason I'm getting up on this is because it keeps out of sight out of things even like Bile Titans. So if a Bile Titan does happen to roam past me, it might not even see me up here. Now at this point, when we're just waiting by extract, I've tried a couple different ways, but this way works the best just by sitting here. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to shoot at any bugs. I'm trying to de-aggro myself so the bugs don't even know I'm here. And as long as you're out of sight of the bugs and they're down on the ground, they're not going to know you're here. When the timer runs out at the very, very top of the screen, you'll notice that something falls from the sky. That does gather some bug attention, but they just kind of wander off after they see the bugs nearby see that come from the sky. And then we'll have about 2 minutes until the ship arrives. So I'm just going to lay here. After that zero timer goes down right now, you'll also notice that I can no longer use stratagems anyways. But again, I recommend once you're at this point to just not use stratagems at all. Just completely avoid it. Any unnecessary attention is going to make it harder for you to get out. If any troop of bugs sees you, they might call a bug breach. And if there's a bug breach, there's a chance that a Bile Titan could come out of it on this difficulty. And even being at this height doesn't guarantee you safety from Bile Titans, but it just makes it less likely they'll see you. I've had them come right by me before. I've had to get on like the side of this right here and just make it so they didn't see me as they move past from certain angles. If you gather any attention, you know, only kill the things that come up to you because you want to save as much ammo as you possibly can. And once you meet this point in the mission, all of your reinforcements are gone. So you're only on your last life right now. You don't want to risk any attention, you don't want to risk any fighting if you can manage it. Again, all that matters is the purple samples. Now, the purple samples, we noticed on this one, we are on difficulty 7, which is Suicide Mission. We only had 3 of those. If I pull up the map here above me, you can see again, the purple icon, we got 3 of 3. That's all of them that are on the map at that one structure. Now, if we were to do the difficulty up higher, it seems like that one gives you 5. So if you can, do that difficulty instead. Or Helldive if you have it unlocked. I don't know how many you can get on Helldive. So only do it on difficult 7, 8, and 9. Those are the only ones you can find them on, but it seems that the higher difficulty you do, you might get more and more and more. I was doing it mostly on difficulty 8 last night, and I got a whole bunch. It seems that you can get 5 at that same exact place all at once, and do exactly what I just did right now. So this seems like a pretty dang successful run as of right now. No bugs are currently aggroed on me or the location where I'm exfilling from. So I'm going to be pretty dang easily getting out of here once it's time. So now I'm waiting for this to come down. They do start shooting at neighboring bugs, which can cause a problem. But it seems like we're just pretty dang fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and fly on over. See if there's any extra samples around. I don't think there is. I can risk it because there's nobody around me right now. And then they leave within 20 seconds, so you got to do it pretty dang quick.
Extraction complete.
And that's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. And like I said earlier, sometimes you're going to get lucky with RNG. Sometimes that bulbous silver ore structure is going to be much closer to you. Sometimes it's going to be much farther away. And like I said, it's generally better to just jump on the exfil point, because then you have way less distance to walk in the event that it's closer to you rather than farther. So that way you can grab it, you can go ahead and go get on top of a rock, you can sit there for however many minutes. I've had to sit there for 10 minutes before. But, you know, just watch a video, do something else while it's going on. Just monitor it just in case some bugs do happen to see you. But if they don't, then you're going to have a pretty dang easy time getting some very, very easy to get purple samples, which is pretty dang awesome. So you'll notice here I didn't get any medals for this mission, very little XP, but there are those samples there that I can use on some pretty dang high tier upgrades to the ship. So where you spend these materials is here inside the ship module section. I've recently used some of my purple samples down here on the high quality lubricant for my turrets, as well as the shock absorption gel and the advanced construction. So I did this all last night, plus the materials that I have above me. That's about, let's see, 10, 20. I've gotten 49 of those purple samples, probably with very little work. Probably about, took me, including this video, maybe 3 hours. I mean, I had some fun last night and just joined some randos too. So you got some pretty easy purple samples you can get that way. I think the more people you take with you, you're going to be an easier target to see. But if you guys are all on the same page or doing the same thing, everybody gets these materials and these samples on the way out of the mission. So as long as you successfully exfil with them, everybody gets a share of that, and that might be the best way to get these purple samples. So yeah, just feel free to spend those materials wherever you want. Again, if you guys found a better way to do this, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day and happy hell diving.